What is going on, everybody? I am on the road right now. Got the Lowrance camper on top of the truck here, and I'm just kind of on a little road trip today. I'm headed to the Nitro Boats factory in Springfield, Missouri. I'm going to be picking up my 2020 Z20. Really excited about this boat. Last year I ran the Z19. Everybody loved that I ran a 19-foot boat and had a successful year on tour. This year I decided to go with the Z20, and really it was for two reasons. Number one, I wanted a little bit more storage in my boat, just because I'm traveling around and I need all the equipment that I could possibly have with me. So the Z20 had a little bit more storage, and I think it just overall fit my storage needs a little bit better. And then the other factor was the fact that the Bass Pro Shops Tournament Rewards actually pays significantly more if you have a boat that has a 250 on it. So a Mercury 250 engine gets you a much bigger payout. And so I figured that it was probably a better route for this year, just because of those incentives. But other than that, you know, I would have gone with the Z19. I was really happy with that boat. So I know a lot of people are going to ask me questions about why I switched. Those were the two reasons, the only two reasons, because as far as the ride goes, the overall performance, and everything about the Z19, I really, really liked that boat. It was a fun fishing boat. It was very easy to maneuver in shallow water, and just overall, I give it an A+. There were just a couple things that I decided to go ahead and upgrade on a little bit this year, and so I'm excited. I got a good color scheme for it, and this boat is going to be rigged out so good. Right now, I'm just going to be picking up at the factory, and there's not really going to be a whole lot on it yet. There's no electronics. BassBoatElectronics.com. We're going to be installing all the electronics later this week, which I'm also going to film as part of this video. And then I'm also going to be installing the brand new MotorGuide Tour trolling motor. So this boat will not have any electronics on it, including the trolling motor. It will have power pole blades, which they installed at the factory. So really excited about that. So we're just on a little road trip. I stayed at a truck stop last night, stayed in the Lowrance camper, and should be in Springfield in about an hour and a half. So let's go pick up the 2020 boat, and I'm going to name it Liz after my mom, who passed away a few weeks ago. So I'm going to be taking my mom with me everywhere I go. Let's go pick up Liz. All right, guys, so just got back from Springfield. I'm on the way back to Tennessee. Got the brand new Z20. She's got some pretty cool features I'm real excited about. I'm not going to get it uncovered because I want to keep the shipping cover on it. You'll see the rest of the boat as soon as I get it to BassBoatElectronics.com to put on all the electronics. But as you can see, you got the upgraded fiberglass fender package, upgraded wheels. Those look pretty sweet. And of course, rocking the 250 Mercury twin power pole blades. Other than that, we're going to get everything installed as soon as we get to Bass Boat Electronics. The one thing I want to say, though, is what's really cool, I didn't realize it, but the console is redesigned, which I did know, but the cool thing about it is that you access all the electronics from the top as opposed to underneath. That's completely enclosed, and so you have to take off the windshield, which is really easy to be able to access all that. But overall, I'm pretty stoked about this boat. I can't wait to get it on tour for next year. All right, guys, so now we're back in Tennessee. Actually, I got back to Tennessee a couple days ago, dropped off the boat here with my buddy Jason Castle with BassBoatElectronics.com, and we actually put in a full day, one full day of rigging this boat. We had everything to rig, from the new Battleborn batteries we put in there, to the trolling motor, to all four of the electronics that we've got that we're putting on this boat, which includes 3 different brands, so a lot of different components. So we've got this day, which should be the final day to rig everything and get this boat dialed in. But I honestly think this is going to be the best boat build I've ever seen, because not only do we have the best technology, but we've got a pretty sharp looking boat. So we've got a lot to do today, but we've got a good head start on this entire build. Let's get started and finish this project up and see the finished product. All right, guys, so this has been a major process getting the Nitro Z20, first picking it up and now getting it ready and completely dialed in for the 2020 season on the FLW Pro Circuit. And I think we're pretty much there. We've got a few things that we need to do to kind of wrap everything up and get everything cleaned up. But overall, we've got everything installed. We got all the new electronics and all the components that I'm really, really excited about. I think this is going to be the best boat build that I've had yet. So let's do a real quick tour. Now let's start on the back here. So the back is, of course, the powerhouse of this boat. We've got a Mercury V8 4-stroke. This engine right here, the 250, is an absolute beast. I ran the 4-stroke last year and absolutely loved it. The last year model was a Z19, so we had a 200 horsepower on that boat, and it was reliable all year long, never had a single hiccup, and the performance on these engines is just spectacular. A lot of torque, a lot of really just exciting power with this engine. And then also on the back, of course, we got Atlas jack plate. That's really crucial for making those fine-tune adjustments on the water. We've got a DD26 mean mount, and the steering stoppers here, that has been clutch. That's a really, really good mounting system for trailering, and I used it last year, and I'm definitely gonna continue using it on these Mercuries. So, all right, and last but not least, we've got the power pole blades on the back. We've got, of course, twin ones, and they just attach right here to the Atlas jack plate. They've got a new mount right here, new bracket. So I'm as excited as I usually am about the power poles. I mean, power poles are absolutely crucial out there. And then finally, to wrap up the back here, we've got two different transducers on the back here. We've got the 3-in-1 for the Lowrance. It has side scan, down scan, 2D sonar, and then we've got a 2D sonar puck that goes through the hull for while I'm riding. For the Humminbird specifically. So while I'm driving, I can still get bottom contact. That's the whole point of having the through hull. Speaking about the bilge, let's check this out. Jason at Bass Boat Electronics got this set up. All right, so we've got the Battleborn batteries as my three main batteries for the trolling motor, and then we've got something special. We've got a traditional cranking battery, and then we also have a traditional battery where all of the electronics are gonna be used and pulling off of. And the cool thing is that Jason's got it set up so as the engine's running, it charges the cranking battery, but then once that's completely charged, that battery starts charging. And so I'll never have any power issues. And the reason we didn't use a Battleborn battery for the electronics is that they don't recommend using lithium at the factory for the jump start system. So that's the reason why we used a traditional battery. Would have loved to have put a Battleborn over there because it would be a whole lot lighter. But overall, this system is gonna be just killer, and I'm never, ever gonna be dead out there on the water when it comes to lack of power. Awesome back there, got it completely dialed in. Check out the console here. All right, so again, I'm running 3 different brands this year, 4 different units. They're all 12-inch units, and let's start off with the Lowrance. So the Lowrance system, which I've got 2 Lowrance HDS 12 lives. This is the backbone of the entire boat. This is where I'm gonna be sharing waypoints. This is where I'm gonna be sharing my tracks. and also be using side scan, down scan, as well as mapping. I'm going to be putting my Navionics maps in there for my micro mapping when I zoom all the way in and fine tune things. And then over here, the Humminbird is primarily used as an isolated system in case something goes wrong with the Lowrance system, which I don't anticipate, but it's nice to always have something as a backup, and the Humminbird fits that bill. It also, of course, has that through-hole transducer that while I'm running, it's got, you know, it'll maintain bottom contact for safety. And then I also use it for my macro mapping, meaning that when I'm zoomed out, maybe I'm running down the lake, that's what I'm going to be using for that. And that system worked really, really well last year on tour, and it's going to work real well this year. And then moving forward, we've got the other Lowrance HDS12. This is primarily going to be used for mapping on the bow, down scan, and 2D sonar. And because we've got a 0.1 puck on the back of the boat, it's going to have directional GPS, which is going to be really nice. So wherever the arrow is pointing, I know that the bow is pointing that same direction, and vice versa. And so Lowrance is the backbone of the system, but the Garmin has to be the #1 thing that I'm excited about. Last year I got to run the Garmin Panoptix Live Scope, and it's just something that I've come to really trust, and something that's just absolutely essential for me. So really stoked about that. And that's pretty much all I'm going to be using the Garmin for. And then we've also got a Hydro Wave up here. All right, and finally, last but not least, we've got the MotorGuide Tour installed on here. So I've already got to use that motor a little bit, but I'm really, really stoked on it. So, and that's just all buttoned up. It is nice and solid on there. Got the live scope transducer, the Hydro Wave speaker, and it is ready to go. So overall, that is the final walkthrough of Liz. This is gonna be the best boat that I've ever run in tournament fishing before. And so I'm really excited to get 2020 started with Liz. So thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you guys following these videos. And so if you have any questions, of course, drop a comment below. Otherwise, like and share, and also subscribe to my page. So thank you very much. I'll see you guys out in the water.